freedom to criticize, make your opinions heard, even if you sound absurd. Review anything, no matter what it is.
Hello chums, and welcome to Review Anything. I'm your host, Sour Apple. Let's head to the review generator and see what we're analysing today, shall we?
Why are you so surprised, Sour? I sent my minions last week to warn you of my forthcoming...
Reveal yourself!
It is I, Nightshade. I have come to ruin your show.
But why?
You ruined my show, remember?
How did... Explain.
I think we should give your viewers a little flashback.
Today we'll be reviewing the Lord of the Rings book set. They're not very good. Very small words, no pictures. Suppose if you've got nothing to do on a Sunday afternoon you can give them a read.
Nightshade. I'm a critic myself, you see, and I've kind of noticed, I've been watching over there, you see, your delivery's quite dull and your pacing's a bit slow. You need to be more emotive, yes? And work on your timing, yes? Yes, good luck, Nightshade, good luck.
Are you okay, Nightshade?
Shut up, Moonseed!
Our guest, Nightshade.
That harsh insult resulted in me losing my confidence.
Pardon? I simply gave you constructive criticism. I gave you advice on how to improve.
Silence! You will not be using the review generator today!
I won't. You want me to review The Sims 2?
You will not be using the review generator today.
Yes, I know. You've made it quite clear that we're not using the review generator today. So you want me to review The Sims 2?
Yes, get out your laptop.
I don't have a laptop, but my review generator plays PC
You will not be
games.
using the review generator.
My review generator plays PC games. If we can't use the review generator, then we can't play the fucking game, can we?
I suppose you can use the review generator to play the game.
Thank you. Oh darn it! I forgot that this game takes 4 discs to install.
Ah, yes. It will be so time consuming.
The controller, because the review generator controller also acts like a console controller. Or a keyboard. It has a bit of a keyboard on it.
Let's get on with it.
Yes. Ah, I forgot there's a little mini game to play while the 4 discs are installing. It makes such a better change than watching the screen blankly as a percentage rises.
Oh, you're not even playing it right.
This is a review of The Sims 2, not a review of my gaming skills.
The objective of the minigame is to match pairs. It's basic and all about memory skills, plus a sim will grow up to a certain age depending on the amount of points you've scored. However, among each round is a quiz that asks questions that are very silly. These questions are mainly about the game's creative staff's favourite characters, and questions on the Sims 2 game itself before you've even started playing. It's asking a bit much of its player if you ask me, but it's just a mini-game. As the title screen loads, we are treated to a joke below the screen. Instead of a percentage or a spinning icon, we are given a series of goofy updates about silly made-up things that the game is apparently doing in order for it to load. I really have to credit this game on behalf of its methods of entertaining us at times where we have to wait. Okay, so we're given a selection of neighborhoods to pick from, or you can create your own neighborhood, which involves choosing a land surface and picking a name. But I'll be deciding on Pleasant View, because it sounds so nice. Now that I have picked my neighborhood, it's time to create a family of artificial life, the Sims themselves.
Right, let's call the family Apple, and I'll call the dad Sour.
A bit shallow, isn't it?
Hey, everyone makes Sims of themselves, okay?
Oh darn, there's no green hair. Oh well. Okay, so there are many options when creating your sim. You can customize everything, including skin tone, gender, weight, hair, eyes, nose, and mouth. There's so much freedom, so there's hardly any limit to your creativity. Then there's the option for deciding your outfit. The library of clothing is very diverse, which is impressive. Next, you can pick your Sim's aspiration, which is their life's focus, and will reflect what the character will desire during gameplay. Now, I want my wife to be a little chubby. She can have ginger hair, yes, and lots of makeup, yes.
What? I have an ideal wife, okay?
Okay.
Right, let's give my family a son or a daughter.
What's great about creating an offspring to your two Sims is that the game will fuse both appearances of the Sims to create a child that combines the visual traits of the father and the mother. Now, let's see what my kid will look like. What the fuck is that? Is my wife my sister? That looks like an inbred mistake! Kill it!
My family is complete, and now it's time to build them a house. There are an array of tools and features in the building process, including walls, windows, wallpaper, floors, and the option to build a second floor.
I am terrible at architecture design. Okay, so the building option of the game isn't something I personally admire, but that's just me. There are thousands of fans of the game out there that love spending hours on creating their house, but me...
I'm just really bad at it. Now I'm going to buy some products to put in my house. The Sims households each have their own budget, with the currency of simoleons. So you can't exactly overspend. You have to keep an eye on your money. I love this. You have to think about what things are worth buying to keep your Sims alive and entertained, to save money. However, Sims can get jobs to raise their household's budget. Before I get my job, I think that I should click the mirror so I can change my hair. Because when you can change your appearance in your household, you have more options. And there you go, a green Mohican, yeah!
Right, so all I have to do now is check today's newspaper to see which jobs are being advertised. I think I'll get my wife to join the army, yes, and I will get a career in science.
Science? You?
Yes, I can be a scientist if I want to.
Anyway, there are a wide variety of careers to choose from, depending on what's being advertised in the newspaper on the day. Each career has a promotion ladder. Right, now that my family and house are sorted, let's look at the things that you have to keep an eye on during gameplay. Here's the option to go between the top floor and bottom floor, because you may have to change your attention between each floor depending on Sim's needs. This option is to essentially move the camera around or zoom in and zoom out. It helps you maneuver around the house. Here is the video and photo option, so you can make slideshows or movies. This thing here shows you how old your sim is and how long they have till their next stage of life. Right here is the sim time and sim day. You have the option to pause, play, fast forward, or extreme fast forward. And here's the budget. Keep an eye on this. Here is the aspiration meter, which shows you how well your sim is doing at reaching their life's goal. A high aspiration meter can grant you unique rewards. Here are their wants. If you actually succeed in granting your sim one of their wants, then their aspiration meter will go up. Here are their fears. If one of these three things happen, then their aspiration meter will go down. Then there are the sim's needs. You must pay attention to these. With hunger, you must keep your sims fed. With comfort, keep them relaxed on the sofa or a chair. With their bladder, make sure they go to the toilet when they need it. With their energy, make sure that they get enough sleep. They will need some fun as well, by watching television or playing with a car or a pinball machine. With a sim's need for social, you must make sure that your sim has conversations and interactions with other sims. With hygiene, you must make sure that your sim has a shower or a bath whenever he's dirty or smelly. Keep an eye on their environment because their atmosphere could affect their mood. So make sure that the things around them are pretty and nice and relaxing. This is what the mood meter looks like. If it reaches red, then your sim could potentially either go crazy or miserable or anything really. You also have the option to look at your sim's fitness, their relationship with other sims, and how well they are doing at their job or school. Doing really well at your job can land you some great rewards. New players may take one look at this and think it's just a jumbled mess, but trust me, you will get used to it, and you will appreciate it, because there are moments where you will want to better understand your sims, or be curious about what they want or need or are thinking of, and so forth. Let's talk about the game itself. Now, I'm not the kind of person that has high standards in terms of video game graphics, as I don't look at a video game that predates this year and consider the graphics to be outdated. Why? Well, even the most impressive graphics of today's games will one day be shunned as amateur because technology will continue to advance. So I tend not to judge a game's graphics based on the year that they were made, because even Pong was a landmark in video game making. I simply consider whether the graphics fit the aesthetics of the game itself. The graphics for the characters in The Sims 2 are simplistic and cartoony. It fits the game and is kind of cute. I actually find myself stunned by the amount of detail in the household objects. Though, sure, they are not masterworks in terms of computer rendering, but everything just looks so great to me. I'll sometimes stop to admire little things. By the way, before I move on, I must actually mention that the Sims can leave their houses in The Sims 2. This wasn't an option in the first game, so for players to finally be given a chance to free their Sims was a big deal to fans of the franchise. The only letdown is that your Sims are limited to taxi travel, so you can't teach them to drive and they don't have the option of walking up pathways. The animation in Sims 2 can be considered pretty good. From characters' gestures during conversation to the way the children get off their seats. However, some animations that are triggered during gameplay can seem robotic
and mundane, especially when characters are eating.
However, what I admire the most about this game is the sound. You can hear every detail, from the rustling of cloves during a cuddle to the heavy ambience of a fridge. I love these little Foley art details. We sometimes take sound effects for granted, but it really is a craft that adds a bit of edge to a piece of entertainment or art. Now, what about the controls? Well, they're very simple and not that difficult to use. It's all about pointing and clicking as you get a selection of options depending on what or who you click on. There's usually a wide selection, but my biggest disappointment is that the video game console and computer have a limited amount of games to play. I do, however, love how the television has an array of programs to display, but once again there could have been potentially many more. Think about all of those tropes, genres you could have parodied using Sims. In addition, I love how Sims ages can reflect what they want. This is most impressive with any teenage or child character, because their fun and energy levels can decrease easily, making it hard to encourage them to do their homework. This is quite realistic. Now, when characters get showered, bathed, or go to the toilet, there is a sensor blur over their bodies. More liberal players may find this repressive, but it doesn't really bother me much, because it kind of fits the cartoony, goofy aspect of the game. Plus, you have to remember that not every player wants to see computer-generated genitals, so keep the target audience in mind. Yes, censorship can be very restrictive and destructive, but it also can be funny in a cheesy way like this game. The blur is kind of cheeky in its own way. The game may lack naturist expressionism, but there's an excessive freedom of sexuality. Sims can end up being attracted to, or in love with, the same gender. The game is so casual and open-minded about homosexuality that you can forgive it for its use of censorship. Sims also have the option to have sex, but is cheekily called woohoo in this game.
Yes! I just woohooed with my wife. I got laid.
No, Sour, your sim got laid. You still remain a virgin.
You can also make babies in a Sims game, and even give them a name. There's even a countdown to the birth to build up your excitement. I love this game.
Let's see how you feel about this game in a few days' time, shall we?
Dude, this game is awesome. There is no way this game could ruin my life. This is perhaps the worst revenge tactic that's ever been pulled on me. This game is so addictive. I've missed so many important plans today.
Yes, Sour. This game has distracted you from your brother's wedding, your grandma's funeral, and your girlfriend has dumped you.
Okay, whatever.
So, what's your verdict of The Sims 2 now?
Well, Nightshade, the Sims in this game are over-dependent arseholes. They constantly want attention. They're letting you know that they're hungry. They're letting you know that they need a shit. Can't they find the toilet themselves? Do I really need to instruct them? It's all about giving your Sims attention. So it's rare that you can find a moment to do nothing. There's constant drama. And the Sims have a habit as parents to leave their babies on the damn floor! Pick the baby up! Pick the fucking baby up!
So, can you tell your viewers what's happened to your Sim family over the past few days?
My sim family. Past few days, well, my daughter moved out with her wife. They now live miles away. I'm old now as well, look, I'm old. I can't believe I'm playing a simulation of an elderly couple living together. Yet I'm so excited! There's so much adrenaline. Ooh, I have to make sure that they're both happy. Yes. No! What? I've died! I'm dead! What now? Does this game have a goal? Does this game have an ending? No, it doesn't. It's just a continuous cycle of sim families. That's so sad.
This is exactly the reaction that I wanted. Now cry!
Death is inevitable, and life is a series of repetitive events that's recycled throughout every generation. No. Life cannot be summed up by a simulation video game. Life is more complex than that. The Sims 2 doesn't depict how beautiful and wonderful life even is. You can never defeat my love of life, Knight.
I came prepared in case this video game didn't permanently scar you.
The mask! I thought I threw that away.
I have defeated Sour Apple. I am the greatest critic to ever live.
Yes. I've got the mask now.
Okay, stop. I'll leave your show. I'll have my revenge another time. But first, for some advertising. People go to www.youtube.com/nightshadeshow.
A shameless plug-in. Well, I never. That is just rude. Crawl away, Nightshade, like the cockroach you are. Well, I never. How rude. Such bad manners. advertising on other people's shows. Right, now, where was I? Oh yes, Sims 2. Well, in conclusion, The Sims 2 is a fantastic game. It gives a huge amount of creative freedom for its players. I believe that the Sims franchise will always be part of video game history as a benchmark of virtual interactivity.
With expansion packs, downloads, cheats, fan-made videos, and comedy parodies, the Sims franchise has extended from a simulation game into a cultural icon.
Goodbye, chums.
When you return, Nightshade, and I know you will, I will be here waiting, and once again you will fail. For you cannot match the strength of Review Anything.